What is going on, everyone? Happy New Year!
I know, right? New Year.
Play-by-play tech.
We've been waiting on this, man.
Yeah. Play-by-play tech. What's going on, everyone?
What's happening, guys? Here we are. This is our first episode of the year, so we're excited. We have a lot of expectations. Is there anything you want to look back on, Max, from 2020?
Well, before we even get into that, I forgot to introduce you. So, if you guys didn't follow with my dude, Moandogg Gaming, and yeah, hold on. How you doing?
I'm good, man. It's been busy. It's been crazy for work this past, at the end of the month, beginning of New Year, still crazy. Christmas has been awesome. I got an opportunity to, send all my stuff to my nieces and nephews and friends and family. So it was kind of like you didn't miss a beat, even though I didn't get an opportunity to really sit down and see them. I still didn't set it up to where I feel like I missed a beat this time. So, I'm grateful for that. What about you? Did you have the same effect, or did you go and see family? I mean, I did see our parents, the wives and mines, but, with the safety of mask and, us kind of being separate from each other. But that was the only thing, that was like the only thing exciting from, there until now.
For me, no, actually, we saw my in-laws. We was able to have, but we didn't see like other relatives. It was like our in-laws, my in-laws, and then I saw my parents, and that was pretty much it the whole entire time that I was off. Yeah, I mean, it was good. I had to take a break from the last podcast, and I had to let you guys podcast, but yeah, I just needed to take a break. But yeah, everything was great. I played video games, caught up on a whole bunch of Netflix shows.
Oh man, did you catch up on Cobra Kai?
You know what? I'm on episode 9 right now. I watch episode 9. I want to see if I could try to finish it off tonight. But yeah, I just been diehard. I watched Wonder Woman over the break. I was trying to finish Tenet, but it's kind of really hard to get into that movie, stuff like that. You really have to like pay attention to it and know what's going on. It's not something that you could just like you could be on your phone and watch the movie. It's like you really have to watch what's going on because if anybody know about Tenet, that's like a Christopher Nolan movie, and I'm a diehard Christopher Nolan fan, and that movie is like you really have to like you have to stop what you're doing. If anybody call you, you can't get distracted at all. That's the type of movie you have to watch it because you have to understand what's going on and stuff. So I'm watching that and stuff, and yeah, I just need to relax. I just didn't want to do nothing.
Well,
I wanted to be lazy.
Well, January 1st, so that was Friday. So I watched all 10 episodes the moment it came out the same day. I had nothing to do. The wife was gone. She had a little, spot for herself, and she had and the little ones at grandma's house, and my oldest wasn't here yet, so I had the house to myself, and I chose between which stream or if. Well, I got streaming days coming up. I'll have to take advantage of it, so I can get the likes and new follows and stuff. But I like you, man. I watch movies, and then that's the one thing I caught with. I was watching Alice in Borderlands. So this one is like an Asian.
Yeah, I was watching that too. I was watching. Yeah, I was watching that. I watched, I think 3. Yeah, I think I'm on 3 or 4 episodes. I watched that, and then did you watch this? Oh, I think it's New House or something like that.
No,
it's an Asian. I'm as we speak. It is. Let me look this right quick.
Well,
go ahead, keep talking.
All right. Well, the Alice in Borderlands is it's an Asian Hunger Games. And I mean, one of my coworkers was telling me about it, and he kept telling me, "Mo, you gotta watch it, because it's been out for December." He kept saying, "Mo, you gotta watch it," and I'm like, "All right." And I asked him, me, I like martial arts and anime and action and stuff. And that's the first thing. And he was like, "No." It's like, "You like Blood of the Which had a good blog." He said, "You'll like Alice in Borderlands." I was like, "All right, I will on that one." I sat, and it took a while. There's still parts I don't like, and I don't want to spoil it. But it's not spoiling it. I just don't understand how all the people did it. They never really explain that. So
because you probably should. People don't know. So Alice in Borderland is pretty much I found the game. You have 3 friends, and they like the closest friends ever. Like they grew up with each other, and they was out having fun, and for some apparent reason they was getting chased after. I think they was getting chased after the cops for whatever reason, because they caused like a car accident or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And so they ran to their building, and for some apparent reason, like the lights started flickering and stuff, and so they ran out, and they found like everybody just disappeared. And so they was trying to figure out what happened, and found out that they're in some type of game, just like what Moan was talking about. It's like a Hunger Game. It's a survival game.
Yeah.
And pretty much you have to do these games, and if you don't do these games, you are pretty much dead.
Yeah.
You would die, right? You would die immediately.
Yeah.
And you only have, I think you have 72 hours or 48 hours, whatever the case may be, to play a game, or you just be killed off. And the way that you die is like literally from the sky will just come down and just strike you through the skull.
So
no matter where you are.
My theory is, though, they can't really explain to people, because they have an episode in there where once you played the game, the same city, but there was no population, and then these 3 come in there, and all of a sudden the population gone again. And they asked the girl, like, how were people missing? We were still here with a bunch of people. You played the game 2 days ago in the same city. So in my mind, I think they're in VR space, but they probably actually die in real life. I really think so. So, but they didn't dig into it. They left it on the cliffhanger at the end of the season. I'm not gonna go because you didn't see the last episode. But it's really good. You guys check it out. I mean, I completely enjoy that thing.
I figured out the name of the other movie. Sweet House. That's what it was. It was Sweet House. I just had it on there. And this one is that just think of Resident Evil. Pretty much it is like Resident Evil somehow it starts off with this guy moving to his apartment building, and then all of a sudden you just see these, it's not zombies, but these monsters just come out of nowhere. And it's really people who got affected, and then they start to transform into these type of creatures and stuff. They're not zombies. Some came out as zombies, some came out as these hideous creatures. One came out like a spider looking creatures. One zombie, one creature came out this big giant humanoid type person and stuff. And they pretty much that's a good show. I watched I almost through the season so far, but it's really good and stuff. Okay. But yeah, pretty much the whole area.
Sweet Home?
It could be Sweet Home. I keep on getting those confused.
I was trying to pull it up here.
Yeah, you'll see like a zombie, like a half head zombie person or something like that. That's like the cover of it.
And that's on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. It's really good. I think it's, and what else have I been doing? I've been playing a lot of not retro games. Take that back. I've been playing a lot of I'm playing retro games now because I've been playing PS4 games on the PS5, and one game that I did beat over the was Until Dawn. I don't know if you guys heard of that game, but it's a survival horror game, and you get to make your own choices. It's kind of you can make your own choices about stuff. And the reason why I started playing that is I always wanted, but I just never had the time to play. And then when I did start playing it, it was just like it was really hard. It was just really hard to play because it just seemed like the game is so demanding on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro. But on the PS5, it's like they updated their frames. I don't know how they unlocked it, but it's 60 frames per second, and it's at 1080p. And but it's up converted to 4K if you have a 4K TV. But it looks really good.
Yeah.
I got addicted to this whole storyline and stuff, and it was just really good. It have a lot of that's in that game that people don't know about. It had I keep on butchering her name. Her name is Peyton Hattanier is in there. A guy named Khalid Malik and stuff. He's going to be in the next James Bond movie and stuff. But yeah, that game is really good. Really good. So I played that. I played Shima, which if you guys didn't know, if you played on the PS5, that is at that's playing at 60 frames.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, it's playing at 60 at 4K 60 and stuff. So
how many gigs is that game? Because I can pick it up anytime. I just haven't, because I've been so addicted to Halo and Modern Warfare, because when I stream, my friends would get on, they want to play multiplayer and be in the stream and stuff. So I need to take some time to sit down. I don't know if it's a power or Facebook. I have to check it out, or maybe Twitch or YouTube.
Is a make.
I gotta go by what I can't. I shouldn't say that. My stream base is
you
not
shouldn't
high.
be a follower.
My stream base is not high, so if I play the game that people don't watch, people are not going to tune into it. As far as me trying to do it. But if I had like following of 10,000, 20,000, then I'll have a nice amount of concurrent viewers. But I did kind of break from that, trying to find those popular games and stream it at the same time. Because I've been playing games I don't really like playing, and I started losing interest. I'm not as animated as I should be in my streams. I started playing games I like that are still popular. Like I've been getting some good views off of Halo, Master Chief Collection, and of course Call of Duty. But those are only going to last so long, until the next Halo comes. I don't think Cold War is going to take over Modern Warfare. But I mean, they're pushing to do it. I'm
starting to see that now as I'm play Cold War. I mean, I play it. It's like the thing is like I have so many games. Kind of hard for me to switch back and forth. What I wanted to do was I wanted to finish because that really piqued my interest. When it became free, it was free on PlayStation Plus on the PS4, but I just never had the time to really sit down and play it. But then when I started to see God of War, when it was like it looks great on the PS5, it's like optimized and stuff. It's not even really optimized.
It just looks good. As far as I played, it
looks better. It looked better on PS5. And then I started playing Ghost of Tsushima, which they made an update where they have 60 frames and it's a consistent 60 frames on there. I started playing that, and then I just started playing Until Dawn because I always wanted to jump into it, and it's just been PlayStation just been kicking ass and stuff. So I was just like, let me take advantage of these free games that I have playing it. So I just haven't been diving into Call of Duty that you been talking about. I just haven't been doing it because I really want to play these other games. I just haven't had the chance to play. So that's just kind of.
I bought Valhalla. I paid $70 for that. I need to get back into it. I already
spent $100. I spent $100.
Really?
You know, I started playing it after I played Until Dawn. I jumped back on Valhalla. I fell back in love with the game again. I started playing that, but then Call of Duty came out with an update and stuff. And I was like, let me play a little bit of that. And then I jumped back on went back on Halo and stuff. And I was playing Halo Saturday. I was playing Halo Saturday because I just put a video out on my on my channel and stuff. And I was playing the hell out of Halo and stuff because I don't know. It's a weird thing. On the Master Chief Collection, they have some type of workaround. For some apparent reason, you can't switch it to 120. You have to flip your settings TV to switch the settings on Halo, which is weird. But yeah, that took me like forever to figure out, but I was able to figure it out and play it at 120, and that game is so fun.
Awesome. I have it on PC and I played it at 144, and it's just I just love buttery smooth the game is. It's just the immersion and how it attracts you just brings you back, and you start to forget about all the other stuff that you got to do. I mean, but my favorite one that I was playing, I like Halo 2 the best, but my favorite one is because Halo 3 is when they had that big jump in graphics from the Xbox to the Xbox 360, and I think there's some videos out where you can put ray tracing on it. But I don't want to do the modding and do all this other extra stuff.
So they probably gonna come. That game, that Master Chief Collection is great. It's just like they still got some stuff, but I just been dabbing on a whole bunch of stuff. It's like I think my next game that I'm probably gonna try to finish is Valhalla.
Yeah, I don't even know how far deep I'm in the Valhalla right now.
Me too.
I play all these other games and then I'm like, man, I don't know where I'm at. I spend more time trying to retrack where I'm at, and then when I finally get to it, an hour and a half then passed, and I'm like, man, I just tried to get the game ready to go to bed now.
And that's the thing is about Assassin's Creed,
You might want to
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, I gotta get that fixed. Whatever. It's on Discord. But no, what I was saying was to go back on an open world game. You're trying to figure out where you at in the open world game. It's kind of hard to do. And stuff. So that's one that it's not a bad game. Assassin's Creed by all means is not a bad game. It's a highly recommended game. But it's just this thing is that it's so much to do in there and stuff. It's just sometimes you just have to put game. You could easily consume 2 hours, 3 hours just by doing absolutely nothing.
Just trying to figure it out, man. It just drives me nuts. It's one of those things like if you get down on it and don't play nothing else and just try to beat the game. Anyway, I guess we've been 2 minutes already, so I guess we need to get into our topic. You want to take it or you want me to take it?
No, go ahead.
All right. So, Game Pass is already a huge thing that's really put them on the map as far as games and what you get for a low price. Get a bunch, hundreds and hundreds of games, and they've already added EA Play to theirs, which added another, what was it, 60 to 100 games from from the developers of EA. Now there's rumor that Ubisoft will come out on Game Pass, no additional cost, to put all their games on it. It's about 100 games.
Man, that'd be crazy.
I mean, for at no additional cost though. Remember, like we paid, I don't know, $60 for all hundreds of these games, and now you can get it for nothing.
Just think about what they have too.
Yeah. I mean, what are some of your favorites?
Mine is so far from Ubisoft. Far Cry. I like I said, I still play
Far Cry. Is a good one.
Yeah, Far Cry is a good one. You play that other game. I can't off the top of my head. That's Ubisoft. You got it for that Xbox.
This over here, and I mean, you Assassin's Creed.
No, the other one. God, game escapes me right now. At the top of my head.
I mean, what was the plot?
It's an open world game. You're so hyped.
Oh, you're not talking about No Man guy.
No.
How come I don't know?
You should know because you just bought the game.
Oh, are you talking about Watch Dogs?
Yes, Watch Dogs. That's an Ubisoft game.
Watch Dogs has got the frisbee. That's not even my collection anymore. I rid of that game.
But that's part of Ubisoft. And then play. There's like a lot of games on there.
Yeah.
It's just like Ubisoft has some.
The Division should be one, isn't it?
Yeah, you got Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, you got Rainbow Six, Tom Clancy, Rainbow Six,
all
Division,
the Tom Clancy,
Ghost Recon. Now I'm starting to remember. Ghost Recon, Immortal Phoenix. That's one game I did pick up, but once you sent me that article, I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to.
Immortal Phoenix, kind of, they're trying to be on the level of the Zelda series, where it's like it's cartoony, but they have a lot of content. It
got a really good rating too. I was thinking about then when you sent me the article that it may go on Game Pass. I was like, no, let me bit. But yeah, you got Immortal Phoenix, For Honor, and not to mention For Honor did an update for the Xbox Series X and S and the PlayStation 5 where it got better graphics and better performance on there. So guys, you guys should probably play that game. I think it was free on either free on the Xbox or the PlayStation, but yeah, for their subscription base, you should be able to play that game for free and stuff like that. Yeah, so you got The Crew.
Oh yeah, The Crew. Remember how hyped up that game was, man? And it didn't. I don't even think it lasted a week.
That game was trash.
Yeah, but the only thing about it was
I play. But yeah, you got the. Splinter Cell was one of them.
They need to bring back out. If they bring back out another Splinter Cell game, I would love that. I enjoyed the Splinter Cell game, especially when they made it 2-player co-op. And you get to do these missions, and me and playing with one of our buddies. A matter of fact, I think it was Lavorce, and we were like the worst spies in the world. We were knocking stuff off the shelf, trying to sneak up and get somebody, and always got caught. Like something that should take like 5 seconds turned out to be like a 2-hour game because we were laughing so hard at trying to be guys and stuff. I mean, just me playing and sneaking around games is you gotta have patience, and that's what I don't have. I like those. Run and gun and keep running and shooting type of thing, and it's one of those things where I have a hard. Why shouldn't I have a hard time? I mean, I know how to do it, but I get very impatient when I'm playing those games because time is not on our side. From how our lives are with family and kids and work and all that stuff. It's hard for me to sit there and try to figure out something that I know is going to waste about 30 to an hour of my time. Just want to progress through the story. I don't want to do this.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit different because I like Splinter Cell. Is like I said and stuff. So that's just me. That's why I like to play one-player games or whatever single-player games.
Yeah,
it's just because of that. I mean, I play multiplayer. I use co-op and do that all the time, but it's just like I like to have that experience of single player game, and then I can get into a multiplayer game. But yeah, so you got that, and then Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia is supposed to be coming
those
out.
games are alright. I never was a huge fan of them.
I love Prince of Persia.
Do you? I heard they're good games.
Yeah,
it's just not me.
Yeah, I played every.
Sands of Time is like the best one, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll probably say that was a classic on PlayStation. I had what was it on
PlayStation 2, I believe.
2. Yeah, because I think I brought out all my 2 games and stuff. But because I got Prince of Persia downstairs in the basement, and I just realized I have that. But Prince of Persia, some other game I never really heard of, Child of Light, Rayman, Beyond Good and Evil. That's supposed to be
it's just a lot. It's just with that service.
Yeah. So yes. If they make that available on Game Pass, that would be great.
It's big talks of it. I've seen a few articles on it. So I think that's a huge move already with the move on top of EA Play and Xbox buying Bethesda. And from my understanding, they bought another lower tier studio, and they're supposed to be developing a game kind of like King and Crimson Desert, like that small team that puts like everything into it that makes it look just unreal. So I once I find that, I'll send it to you, Max. I forgot about it, but Microsoft is doing some smart moves. They're putting stuff in place. Like I said, we said before, PlayStation, they took 2020 at the end of the year. They took the holidays. But
they took it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this year.
They totally took it. Yeah. PlayStation 5 totally took it. But this year, Microsoft, they starting it off strong right now because I think we could talk about the medium and stuff.
If you guys didn't know, I actually had it pulled up.
Yeah, so the medium is supposed to be out the end of January. And if you guys have if you have Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass, this game will be free on day one when it launches. And so I'm already pre-installing it right now because you install it yet? And I was like, oh crap, I didn't know I could install it. So I'm doing that. I'm doing that as we speak. But yeah, this is one of the first games. This is it's not Microsoft game, but it's a third-party developer that is exclusive to Xbox and PC. And this game, I mean, if you're not in, but this is a good game that it's not going to be on PlayStation. But this game looks fun, in my opinion. So I'm going to be playing.
I mean, how long do you last in those scary games? I remember playing Fear, and they used to scare the crap out of me. And then there was another one. What was the one on Xbox? It was Condemned or whatever. And Condemned 1 and Condemned 2. I couldn't play that at all. And then I played the PT demo, and I couldn't finish playing that. But I was able to power through Fear 3. And Fear 3 got to the point where it wasn't even scary no more. It actually got fun. That was my thing.
I didn't play Fear, but Resident Evil is what got me into it. I did, and people may I didn't finish Resident Evil 7, but I beat Resident Evil 2, 3. I know I didn't finish 4, but I played 5. I beat 5. 6, I beat 6. But 7 and 4 is the ones that I finished completing. 4
7 is Biohazard, right?
Yeah, Biohazard. That's the first person. That's the first person perspective. Every Resident Evil perspective and stuff. So Biohazard. That game is fun and stuff. That's why I got to get into. I got to start. But Resident Evil 8 is supposed to be a first person perspective too. But Yeah, that's why I've been starting to get in a horror game Until Dawn. I didn't think I was really gonna like that type of game, but that game is really good. And the funny thing about Until Dawn, I'm going back to it and stuff. They based a lot of that game in Michigan and stuff. If you guys are not in the United
Really,
States, but
Until Dawn.
Mona and I is in. Yeah, the story in Michigan. I'm not gonna give out the plot or anything. I think y'all should play the game, but yeah, they did a lot of their sightings in Michigan, and then behind the scenes, they was talking about this game is based in Michigan and stuff. So because like in Michigan, if you guys didn't know, we have so much area of we have so much land that people didn't discover yet, and it was talking about like Native Americans here back in history. They were saying like there's certain areas that people will not try to explore because of the stories and the history, the hunt stories about those areas. This populated of trees in the United States, I believe. I think we have the highest, more trees than any state in the United States, if I'm not mistaken. But don't quote me on that. But yeah, that's a good game. The Medium is something that I'm looking forward to playing and stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It was one of those things that came during the Xbox game showcase, and I want to know how the concept is going to be when they're going in between the two dimensions or two worlds or whatever, the multiverse, whatever is going on with this game. I mean, look at trailers for it and see what it is. But it's like a very interesting game, and what makes it more interesting is that I don't have to pay for it. So otherwise I probably wouldn't buy it, to be honest with you.
And they definitely taking advantage of. Couldn't put it on older generation. I'm saying older generation.
I mean, it is an old generation.
Yeah, because now we in the current generation. The reason why they couldn't do that is because if you see how they had to split screen, they said that game demands so much power that they only could possibly do it on the PC and Xbox system because
that I didn't know. See, you know what I mean? I'm all about that. I definitely
because
check it
when
out
you
now.
look at the split screen, if you go through the game, because you going through the game kind of like a split screen type perspective. You have one that you in world, and then you have one that's out of world and stuff, like kind of like a spirit and stuff. But you see that as you walking through, and they said that you can't, just like the game was so demanding that they couldn't do it on current gen. Previous gen console.
You want to know what? I don't know how they're going to do it on PC, because I think I don't think the new SSDs are out for the PC, and I think using that is going to utilize the performance of that SSD by switching between the two worlds. So if you want my opinion, it might be better on the console for right now until PC comes out with their high-end hardware for it. I'm not sure. I think we would have known if it came out yet.
Yeah, I don't know. And then of course they're gonna have this mode on there, so that's something. I mean, like, who's already demoing it. They played the first 20 minutes of it, and it looks really good. So like I said, I'm going to pick that up. I think if you guys can go ahead and pick that up from Game Pass and stuff, that'll be great. That's one game that I could say coming out that is not going to PlayStation. It's only on Xbox and PC. So there you go.
Yeah.
So the Xbox is starting strong already.
All right. So I guess the next one is the PlayStation update. The software update of what's coming up this year, the expandable storage. What you got on it, Max?
So I don't know when PlayStation is going to come out with an update, but the good
We're waiting
news
on the SSD. That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah, so that's you're supposed to be able to now add an SSD on top of your internal SSD. So that's kind of like, that's the update. And other, plug up your VR system. I haven't really played the PlayStation VR, so I really can't talk about that. But I know that is good news if you try and expand the hard drive on the PlayStation 5, because right now you can hook up an external.
Yeah, but it's a waste of money. If you want my opinion, it's a waste of money.
Yeah, you can't hook up to, I haven't tried that yet, but you only could download your PS4 games, but you can't download the PS5 and stuff. And you can't switch that like how Xbox have it, where you can switch it from your Xbox to the external drive, your external drive to the Xbox. You can't switch it back and forth. You only could do like PS4 games. Don't quote me on that. I'm just going up. But it's a waste of money if you and stuff. So this is good news for people who are asking for more space and stuff. So
well, and what we mean by waste of money is, expandable SSDs with USB 3.1 support, and I think it uses Thunderbolt as well to get the speeds. But the issue is that these aren't Intel chips in the next generation consoles. So if you buy an SSD with the Thunderbolt support, you're only going to get USB 3.1 out of it. Secondly, there's not enough bandwidth between the SSD external hardware and to pass a lot of information back to the Sony console. Or in the Xbox console, as a matter of fact, because USB 3 and 3.1 are not as fast as the new SSDs. So, but what sucks is that those expandable SSD storages, you're still going to pay $200, $300, $400, $500 depending on what size you get. And you bought a console for $500, you're $1,000 in, but you're degrading the performance of your console, so you $1,000 because you bought the console and then you try to expand storage on it, you put games on it, and you're basically playing on a PS4. So, just be patient, just wait. Go, Sony's coming out with the update where you can crack take the shields off and just pop the M.2 SSD in there. Western Digital, right, is the one that's going to be the first in line to get the new expandable storage, and they're not out on PC yet. Well, I guess you can say it is, right, because it's M.2, so you can pop this SSD in your PC as well. I'm looking forward to getting it because my laptop has a M.2 slot in it, and that's what I have in there now. I have a M.2 1TB SSD, and it's fast, but compared to what these console performances are, you won't get the same peak performance right now until you get one of those SSDs. And what's good about it is, I will say, both iterations of the SSD memory that these consoles have are both unique in their own way, right? Because PlayStation, you could pop any SSD M.2 NVMe drive in it. The Xbox has their own memory card. So, but both prices are the same, but you can get a little bit more expensive with the Sony. So just be patient. If you have like I have an external hard drive that has my games on it, and then when I'm ready to play that game and I know I'm gonna play it for a while, all I do is take one game off the console, put it on there, and put the other one, and it's pretty fast. It still works pretty fast. You won't sit there for no longer than 5 minutes, maybe 7. So just be patient. Utilize the memory storage you got in there. I still haven't ran out of memory. I still got a lot of memory in my PlayStation and my Xbox, and I got about 5 or 6 games installed on both of them. So, and that's with Call of Duty.
Yeah, see with me on
you're running out.
So for my PlayStation 5, I only got like 5, maybe 4, I think, because I got Until Dawn, which I'm about to delete off my hard drive. I got Spider-Man Remastered, Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I still both play.
Yeah, those stay on there.
And
Godfall. Did you take Godfall off?
Okay. I took Godfall off. Yeah, I think I got Until Dawn. Yeah, I think I only had 3 games or 4 games.
You don't get much, right? You only get 600 and some gigs when you get the PlayStation.
Yeah, and I think the only thing I have left on there, I think it's 140 or 100. Not that much space, but if I say, for instance, Call of Duty, that would be it. And stuff. Only could do 4 games, 4 maybe 5 games, and that's really pushing it. And that's why we need more space, hard drive space and stuff, because it's just like, the thing is, I get tired of deleting re-downloading, deleting. Oh, I have Avengers. That was the other game.
Okay.
Too. I have Avengers and
Now, does the Avengers play in 60 on the PlayStation?
What was that?
Does the Avengers play at 60 frames on PlayStation?
No, they didn't get the update yet. But they got the new content where they got the next story of the Avengers on there. So I played that a little bit, and then I have, which take up actually a lot of space. I think that's 80 gigs right there. So so that'd be 5 games. Yeah, 5 games that I have. Yeah, so I only got like 100 left with that much. So for 5 games, that's why we kind of like pleading with Xbox and Sony is like, dude, we need more room. We need more room. Yeah, so
we need to be able to spread our legs out.
Yeah, so when Sony come up with the update where Micro Center, Best Buy, or whatever the case, to get I think we only get a terabyte based on PlayStation spec, either a terabyte. Yeah, I think based on PlayStation spec. So yeah, so I think so I only could get a terabyte. So yeah, so that would help out a lot. But 5 additional, which will help me out a lot. So and stuff. So yeah, we'll see when that happens and stuff. So
so here's some good news here. So Xbox is on getting the DualSense features on the Xbox controller.
Oh, you get that? I'm glad, because I was going to talk. Yeah. So Xbox is hearing everybody cry. Yeah. PlayStation controller. Yeah.
They need it, man. They need it. I mean, if just to integrate the triggers, it would change the whole controller if they just did that. They have some sort of haptic feedback, not as detailed as PlayStation, where you feel everything. But I mean, like I've been saying since last year, since you talked about it, and I finally got my hands on it. It's hard to play the PlayStation and then pick up an Xbox controller and play games on it. The controllers are concerned, and now both are the PlayStation is a little bit beefier, so it feels a little bit more comfortable in the hand. But just having those features, the rumble thing there is just amazing. And get back to my point, like we've been talking about this whole time, I really have a feeling that it's probably PS3. I'm still sticking to that. So far, a lot of my predictions have been on par. But I think that's the smartest move because you know what? It's a new year. They're supposed to open up the Xbox Lab, so I want to know if you can go in there and look to customize your controllers. I just thought about what we're talking about it.
I don't think you can yet. Okay. I don't think you can yet.
I'm all over that. As soon as that opens up.
Because with that article, because I sent it to you. Xbox, like I said, I have the controller right here and stuff. It's a great controller. I'm not saying anything bad about it. But what Sony did, and that's what I'm saying. But what Sony did, they took it another step. They took it over and beyond what people expected.
Well,
and that's where Microsoft need to take note on. It's not that this Xbox controller is not great. We're very familiar with it. We think it's good. They added some things to there, which is good features. But on that PlayStation 5 controller, that haptic feedback that we've been talking about is a game changer, and that's where Xbox really needs to home in on there, and that touch feature too. I didn't really care for the touch feature at first, PlayStation 4, but when I played it on the PlayStation 5 and started like things on there, and if you play the Astro, you have to blow on it and stuff.
Yeah. When that first came out, I didn't think that was going to last long. I thought it was going to be one of the things that was gimmicky because they when it first came out, it was on the PlayStation Vita, and they barely integrated it with any games. And then if it was a game that utilizes it, like nobody like the what do you call it? Little Big Planet series are fun, but it's not something that I'm going to stick around and play. It reminds me of Animal Crossing, right? It's just one of those games where you got to play that with your family. I can't say that or stream that or Well, I mean, I shouldn't say I can't, but it's just not one of those things I'm not interested in. I used to like them. I used to play Sackboy and the Little Big Planet series. But you know, once you play that and you get on a game like Halo, Call of Duty, or anything else, then I'm playing. Little Big Planet is stupid. I used to play back then when I was a Nintendo head. I used to play Pikmin, and Pikmin was stupid.
Yeah,
I couldn't. I couldn't get with it.
And so with that being said, the thing is that Xbox went safe with the controller, which I get why that, but PlayStation, what they did was they really did some research. They were just saying like that you want and stuff, and Xbox said we'll give you the systems that you want to. But what PlayStation did is like what they took a step further is that not only we'll give you pretty graphics, pretty gameplay, story, and stuff like that, we want you to feel that experience as well too. It's just the thing is you can't get that with a keyboard and a mouse. You can't get it with this PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. It's like you really feel the experience, and that's why I think what they was trying to capture. When I'm talking about, if you guys play that game and play Spider-Man and stuff like that, you feel like you actually swinging or you touching or you walking around certain objects, walking around ice, you walking around the grass. You feel that feedback into controlling, and that's another experience, a next generation experience that should be implemented in Xbox. And that's why I think Xbox is starting to take notes now, even though they keep on saying like, yeah, we type of feedback is not the same. It's not the same as Sony's. Sony is like, I was just gonna say when it comes to Sony, when it comes to shooting, you feel the actual trigger when you shooting and stuff like that. It just does with the Sony, you feel it.
And you feel the resistance. I like that.
You feel that resistance. You don't get that with the Xbox and stuff. That's the best way I could describe it.
If Xbox didn't want to copy Sony, and if they want to come back with it, I don't know if you remember years ago, Max. I think it was either 360 or when Xbox One first came out. They had a patent for illumination. I can't get it out. Illumination. Where the room lights up. And the game expands on your walls and stuff. Illumination.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So then they had a demo video of it, and it was with the Kinect. And I'll explain. I'll go further into it. So Xbox had this patent where when you play the game, the rest of the game comes out of the TV from a projector on the Kinect or from wherever else, and it expands the entire game on your wall, which was awesome. And I thought it was going to come out.
Yeah, it's supposed to. It wasn't the Kinect. You have to use the Kinect, but if you have let's just say if you have a TV, you have to have some type of, I don't know what it was and stuff like that. But you could see everything on your monitor. But what they did was the projector will expand from your actual viewpoint.
Yeah.
From your TV or monitor. So say for instance 55-inch TV, and you saying like, dang, I kind of wish it was bigger. They expanded it to make it more immersive on your wall and stuff like that, where you could see other stuff that you really couldn't see on TV or your monitor. That was the best way. I thought that was coming. I mean, they
pushed
amazing.
it forward. They pushed it forward. They had commercial promotions on it, and then it just got shot down. And the point of me bringing that up is that all this come from VR. When VR finally came back on the scene, then that's where games started the immersion phase. Like we used to have all these features software wise inside the game, and a little thing here, a little thing there. But once and the older, like my grandma always tell me, the world gets weaker and wiser. So because we're living so long, everything is technology is out, and you got all these special features and TVs and all that stuff. Everybody's looking for that next level of immersion. It wasn't like this when we were growing up and we were kids and it's fun. Now you want to feel everything. When I was in Saudi Arabia, I got an opportunity to watch a 4D movie, and it was amazing. You get to sit in the chair moves, or if they're fighting, you feel it in your back. If the person in the movie had splash water in your face, they shoot water in your face, and Or if they're in the forest, they'll shoot the scent in the air. And that's where these games are leading towards. And I think that's why PlayStation has to lead on as far as feeling what the game is. I just have a feeling if Microsoft would just go ahead and come out with the Illumination, I think that will take Microsoft to the next level. If they can execute it, like VR came back on the scene, if they can execute that, to that people they will. The thing out now that you can buy to actually do that is called ambilighting. You can do it with a Raspberry Pi, you can do it with a computer, or you can just buy the ambilighting TV from Philips, because Philips does hue in the back of the TV, and what the ambilighting does is it takes the color of the RGB and whatever's on that scene or whatever's lit up on the scene at the edge of the scene, that same color will expand outside in your room. So if you're in a fighting scene and somebody jumps across the scene or somebody, you see the color of the fist go across the top of your TV and onto the other side. And I keep telling myself I'm gonna get it. You can do it for cheap, or you can do it on a Raspberry Pi, or you could buy Philips Hue and just do it. If you have the money. But I really think that that's gonna be the next push for. But I just feel like if Microsoft doesn't want to do the DualSense, they need to come back with that. To combat that. That's just my opinion.
I think they bring it to your point. If people really don't, when Xbox came out with Xbox back in early 2000, they literally copied the controller off the Dreamcast. They mirrored it.
Yes.
They mirrored that controller. The only between the Xbox controller and the Dreamcast controller was the Dreamcast controller. They had like a memory card they put inside the controller, and it had this little animation. That was the only thing that Xbox did not mirror. Yeah, that's the only thing that didn't mirror. But other than that, exactly. Yeah,
and then the memory card comes out.
And the memory card comes out because I have the Dreamcast downstairs too, and they mirrored that. The only thing was they had a little Xbox logo in the middle of the controller, but it was the fat controller. And that's what they came out with at first, but then people was complaining how big it was. It was hard to play with the use the controller. Then they came out with a smaller iteration of the controller, which was really good and stuff. But it's just like the thing is, Xbox controllers just evolved over time, so they are listening. So like I said, if people keep on talking about how great the PS5 controller is, Xbox is listening, and they're going to do.
What's funny about this whole situation? Yeah, what's funny about this whole situation is that Xbox was the first one to come out with the haptic feedback on the controller. Well, steering wheels had the haptic. It was already there, but as far as mainstream consoles, Xbox came out with it first on the Xbox One and had haptic feedback, and everybody loved it. Where they fell off at was all the people that developed the haptic feedback. So it was on some of the games where we actually felt it. Of course, Forza was one of them, and I think maybe Gears of War, Halo, you can actually feel the next level like PlayStation. But it's the same with right? They came out with the Wii Motion Sense, and PlayStation and Xbox took it to another level.
Yeah, but if you remember, like when Xbox, PlayStation 3 didn't have Rumble on there. They took They took the Rumble feature out because it was came out with a patent, but Microsoft and Sony would have to pay for that patent to use that Rumble feature. So Xbox said, we pay it, but PlayStation said, no, I'm not paying for that. So they took out the Rumble for the longest time until they came out with another controller where they put the Rumble back in. But I think PlayStation 2 had Rumble feature, or PlayStation 3 they stopped doing the Rumble feature because of that whole patent. And then it came out towards the end. But
I thought PlayStation 3 had an updated controller, and they
did. They ended up coming towards the end or console lifespan. They came out with the controller, and they went ahead and just bit the bullet and came out with Rumble feature. But no, at first they like I said. Microsoft, like I said, didn't have a problem switching or changing the controller to get with the times. But where I was just coming, kind of like became the innovators of it, if it makes sense, instead of just the followers. And just the thing is that I see where Microsoft is going, Xbox is going with this, but I really had to tip my hat. You know what? We are consider ourselves innovators and stuff like that. We think we want you, we know you. And once you, then you could say, okay, I understand why you said and stuff. And that's where I want Microsoft to do more of. I don't want Microsoft to play catch up, saying like, "Oh, okay, Sony has this, let's go Sony and stuff like that." No,
I mean that's what they normally do.
Yeah, but the thing is that you can't do that. It's like you guys got to go ahead and take a step further.
You got to be creative,
yeah, you got to be creative. Well, when it comes to stuff, Sony is very creative. Everybody kept on saying that PlayStation games, PlayStation 5 game. Well, no, take it back. They were saying that PlayStation 5 was a weaker console than Xbox and stuff, but now we're seeing a lot more games that are performing better on the PlayStation 5 than the Series X and stuff. And when we looked at the specs was that Xbox was supposed to have been better. But it's just the thing is like right now, at this current phase right now, is like PlayStation is doing better with third-party games and stuff, and that's where Xbox really going to have to home in and work with the developers to say like, hey, this is the better way to do it. And that's where it's Microsoft going to have to work and stuff. So yeah, sorry, I kind of blabble a lot and stuff. So.
You're good. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They just need to go ahead and come out with it. They might as well just ante up and say it because they're going to have to do it eventually.
They're going to have to.
They're gonna, if you want people to stay on your system, then you need to go ahead and create a controller and then hire the development team who's going to develop it for the games. And that's just period. I mean, obviously, Microsoft have all this money to waste buying up developers and studios and paying people accordingly in Game Pass, especially Medium. Because I was watching a YouTube video about how the reason why Microsoft gets all these games. And they pay a huge upfront cost prediction of what the game might make. And sometimes they undercut, sometimes they overcut. But it benefits Microsoft because they're not paying any royalties. They paid everything upfront. And so whatever else extra goes back to Microsoft. So, I mean, and that's one good thing for developers, right? Where you can get a game, you don't know if it's going to be successful or not. Just give it to Game Pass and it'll pay you how many millions of dollars. Enough for you to start developing another game, but the rest of the royalties come to them and they get paid for it. So I mean, it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And Medium is one of those games that's never been out yet, so it's I think it's a good move. As far as on the Xbox side. You think we got time to squeeze in this last little piece of article?
Go for it. Yeah, I mean, you know what?
I mean, this one was quick.
Let's go ahead and do it.
So this is the one you sent me about the LG 2021 OLED TVs. We'll get 1,000 short.
I'll do. So if you guys bought a 20, well, like I said, it's your money and stuff like that.
We were telling you all throughout the year not to buy a TV right now.
I'm telling you guys to wait. And the funny thing is, Sony as well this week, Thursday, January 7th. And I've been telling you guys, I don't know, like I said, probably might drop the ball on this these TV this year, but LG is supposed to be claiming they're supposed to be coming out with 1,000 nits OLED TVs, and they're supposed to be coming out with an 83-inch and stuff like that. Yeah, it might be expensive. I don't know how expensive it is, but by coming out with an 83-inch, that's just telling you that the 77-inch that they had that was going for last year, I think it was going for, at the time it first came out, it was going for $7,000. But during Black Friday, it went all the way down to 4,000.
It was like 4,000.
Yeah, around 4,000-ish. So my prediction, I could be totally wrong and stuff like that. I'm talking about if this is an 84K at 1,000 nits TV, I'm guessing, I hope I'm right. I hope it goes around the $6,000 price or maybe $7,000 price. If that's the case, then the 77-inch is going to go down around the 5,000-ish price. and then it's gonna start trickling down. So where I'm pretty, you're gonna get a cheaper TV this year for OLED TVs, and then the other thing that is that I think they're really going to try to fix the issue with the HDMI 2.1, which they still having the issue with 2020 20 models. Yeah, LG did a lot of good stuff, but they just came out with an update which fixed some issues, but now it messed up the gaming issue. Where now gamers are complaining that their brightness went down by a lot, by 100 nits, and people are saying like, well, I don't notice it, really noticed it and stuff. So those are the things that when it comes to manufacturer is saying like we'll come out with a update firmware where it's supposed to give you that feature.
You can't update a new hardware part. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you have to buy that
9 times. 10 something's gonna break. They may give you that feature, but something else is gonna back, and that's what it happened. So with the LG TVs for the whole entire year, every single firmware update that it came up with, it always messed up something else on the TV. And that's where I was trying to say, wait for it. Don't be the guinea pig and stuff like that. Yeah, HDMI 2.0, but you don't want to be the first people to buy it and they have a company say we're going to updates and find out that they end up breaking some other stuff that may mess it up. Because I'll be like I said, I have a Sony A9F. I have a too. I have a Sony OLED TV. I love that TV, but when they came out with this HDMI 2.1, they put a feature HDMI ER is enhancement audio return channel. If you really want to know about that, so this feature is supposed to help with my system, give you uncompressed audio because I have a home theater system. That I had so many issues with the for almost a year. They finally just fixed it. They finally just fixed it on my TV. It took them close to a year to fix it. They came out with a firmware update in December. I had it in January of 2020. So just imagine what other people are going through when they bought this TV thinking they have everything on here.
Yeah. Well, my issue with that article is, number one, and I'll try to make it short because we're over time. Number one is I am a little upset that LG TVs wasn't 1,000 nits. If you want a true HDR, that irritates me. Because they have this big selling point. You spend thousands and thousands of dollars on TV, but you don't get the full experience. That's number one. Number two, I hate the fact that they have to. The only way that they're going to fix this issue is if you buy the TVs that doesn't have the full feature. Because what happens is that you buy this expensive TV. Say if you buy the last year model. All right, all the features that we just named that's not in the TV is going to be on the next model that they fix, but you're going to pay the same price for more features, and for a better TV. And that's why, I mean, you got to have that crowd of people that go out and buy the first generations of something. Otherwise, they're not going to have money to make the next one. But for people like, I'm not rich, right? And for people like me, I'm not going to go and buy $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 TV just to wait for them to come up with all the issues to fix it on the next generation.
The issue. Well, just I didn't mean to cut you off, but the issue, these next generation consoles, the Xbox Series, PlayStation 5 that just came out, these TV manufacturers had no type of way of testing that HDMI 2.1 features at all.
That's hard. They were just going. That's hard.
Yeah. And that's the thing is about, well, I know that for a fact because the consoles was HDMI 2.1 capable to test what they need to test.
You know what that? You want to know why that's hard for me to believe? Because if you can send out development kits for regular developers or freelance developers develop on your consoles, you could have sent the console to LG and fill out all the secrecy paperwork, and they could have worked on the HDMI 2.1 for the TVs, and they could have had the TVs come out at the same time as the consoles. So that's hard for me to believe.
They could have done that, but wherever the case may be, they didn't do enough testing. Hey, this is breaking our TV or messing up our TV by doing and what they did was they halved bake their TVs and say we have this feature on there, and that's into. So if you have an LG TV and you're saying like, oh, I could play it at 4K 120. Yeah, you could probably play it at 4K 120. That you should have on the HDMI 2.1, and that's where my issue. Why my thing is like you could have waited. I bet you 10 when LG have their announcement, they're gonna say, "Oh, we have all now for the HDMI 2.1."
Yeah.
Have.
But here's what sucks, right? Here's what sucks.
Yeah.
And man, we're over. But here's what sucks.
Yeah.
You go and buy a $6,000-$7,000 TV, and we're talking about these first gen TVs, right?
Yeah.
Then, especially for like somebody like my father or some of my family members who doesn't know about TVs like that, and the salesperson tell him, "Hey, it has all this other stuff," and then I go buy a Vizio for $700, over 1,000 nits, it is OLED, it has FreeSync, and it's like, and I've came out hundreds and also thousands of dollars cheaper, and it just doesn't make sense to me. It just really doesn't.
No, you're absolutely right. That's why I try to tell people just wait and stuff, and because what I'm thinking, my prediction is with Sony. But what I think, and I really hope Sony is not stupid with this, which I don't think they are. Sony is going to come with a proper HDMI 2.1 for their TVs. They're going to come out with a higher nit and stuff. Because if you guys bought the LED TVs, the Bravia X900H, where they did the firmware update and said they give you the HDMI 2.1 feature where you're supposed to get the 4K 120. But the issue with that is people are saying that it looks supposed to, or they're saying the issue that they run into, they don't have VR on their on the Sony on TV, and it's just like that's why I was trying to reiterate to people. I said wait till next year, or if you really want to buy a TV in there, don't depend on that feature and saying like I got 0.1. Just say I got this TV because I needed a TV and stuff like that. That's where I was coming from with it. Don't get this TV thinking this is going to be, now I got the best of both worlds. I can use this like a PC monitor and a gaming monitor and stuff like that, because it's not going to work.
We'll put it this way: if you guys really want all those features right now, buy a monitor. That's how I avoid all that. Buy a monitor. You can do NVIDIA's big format displays. You can get a 65-inch, 4K, 144 hertz, G-Sync, FreeSync, and throw your console on there, and you'll get 1,000 nits HDR. And console on there, and you get 1,000 nits. I'm not sure. Yeah, and you get the full experience. But everybody has TVs. Not everybody knows about monitors. That's why I'm happy with just gaming at 1440p on the Xbox, because I get all my features right here. I get FreeSync. I get all that. So I mean, that's just my thing. If you cannot wait till the TVs come out, buy your monitor, and you'll get all the features that we're talking about.
Yeah, right. and then you can hold off.
Yeah.
Guarantee and stuff. So yeah. But like Moan brought this topic up. I could talk about this for hours and stuff. So I don't know. We should have did it for next week. But right? Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we're out of time. We're supposed to be out, so hopefully our wives don't drop kick us in the face when we go in the other room. But happy New Year to you all. This is the first stream of the new year. If you get an opportunity, like, follow, subscribe to our pages. Max has a lot of content on his page. He does high-end tech, gaming, and everything on his page. I'm a streamer, and I'm trying to get into the Max space with YouTube. So go to both of our out. Make a follow, leave a comment. We take all comments, the good, the bad, the ugly, and we feed off of that. Max just released a new video out yesterday. Go check him out. I don't have it pulled up yet, but I'll post it.
Yeah. And then one more thing, I forgot to say.
Go ahead.
I'm going to. If I get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll be doing the giveaway and stuff. So please subscribe to my channel and stuff. So, like I say, I haven't decided, but I'm really trying to push this year to try to get more people to watch my content. But if you can, please subscribe to my channel, and I will be doing a giveaway to a random person. But you have to subscribe to my channel. Don't go on there and just say like channel and stuff like that. So once I hit that 1,000 subscribers, I'll let you guys know what that giveaway is, and go from there. But appreciate you guys watching our first episode, our first podcast of 2021.
I know, right? Man, hopefully it'll be a better year this year, man. So, I'll be praying for everybody. Like I always say, I hope you guys stay safe. Please be safe. Please protect members, put on a mask, and just wait for us to get a handle on the virus. I'll be honest, I'm not too sure on the vaccine, but until I'm sure on it, I'm not taking it. But I also don't put my families and others in danger. I stay in the house. I got video games, so I got stuff to get me by. I work from home, and everything we do is either shipped at the house or groceries. So I'm doing my part. Even if I don't want to take the vaccine, I want my families and everybody and friends to stay safe. And I want you guys to do the same thing. I want you guys to live to see all the new stuff that me and Max are trying to do for the new year. So we're happy to have you guys. We're excited, about this. And I mean, we're looking forward to it. So other than that, all right, we'll see you guys.
Have a good one. Take care. All right.